Hey, YouTubers, Tasman here, bringing you another episode of Learn JavaScript with Foundry VTT. So in our last episode, we had our actual real first episode of doing maps, and this will be the second one. As you can see, this is back to back. We're still in Foundry version 11, build 304, D&D version same. And let's jump right in. So we have learned about the very basics of maps. Now we're going to learn some new stuff. So we've got all the way up to here where we've cleared out our map. Now we are going to learn some pretty cool stuff. So, I mean, it's all cool. All right, so I'm going to hit enter a bunch of times just so we have lots of space. And let's go ahead and continue. So, I'm going to show another way. So up here at the beginning, we created a map by doing individual sets. Now, as you might think, that's kind of a pain in the butt. There's another way you can actually do it. You can do it all at runtime. And to save lots of time and lots of typos, I'm going to go ahead and do that by copying and pasting and then going over what it's actually doing. So first, let me go ahead and add my comment here. Actually, tab, find a V. So, so I don't know how well you guys can see these, but if you go check out the code on my Discord, you can always see these fine, or pull them up in. You don't have to pull them up in Foundry. You can actually pull them up in Visual Studio Code or something like that, and highlight it however you want. The Foundry is limited on how many different types of themes you have. I think I've gone over it before, but if you want to change the theme to something, if you like my theme, you can actually do that. Just go to the ACE library in the settings, and you come down here. I believe mine's Dracula. So if you change this to any of these values, and there's quite a few, it will actually change the full theme for you. All right, so let's get back to the grind of learning maps. So I'm going to paste in my other way of creating a map, and we're going to call this one PC2. So as you can see, what we do is kind of the same thing as we did up here, except for here we're actually creating an empty map. Our new map is going to be lots of mini arrays with a key value set to them. So as you can see here, we have our master array of all the mini arrays, I guess is what I'm calling them. So we have an encompassing array of all our key values. Then what we do is create kind of miniature arrays within them, or second level arrays, with the key being element 0 and the value being element 1. So here you can see we have name, Brick Hindergrass, this is my rogue, race, human variant, class rogue, subclass arcane trickster, background spy, level 13, HP max 144, current HP is actually 125, and is a caster is set to true. So you can see we're kind of doing the same way we did before. If we actually Control C, Control V. So here we can output our console log of our PC2, and just as before, because it is a map, all these other things apply. We access an individual key by using the get method, and we can do that. So if we hit F, feels like it got bigger, F12 there, ignore our guy here, close this. If we go and execute this, you'll see now we have a map of 9 values. And they are name, race, class, subclass, background, level, HP max, HP, and is caster, size is 9. So as you can see, this actually created a new map, and then it goes ahead and says, here is an array of the key values. All right, so hopefully that makes a little sense for you. So now we're going to actually show you we're going to show you a set. I'm going to create one, PC3. And once again, I'm just going to copy and paste to save you the headache of watching me do typos and stuff. So I want to go like this, Control C. Go ahead, go here, Control V. And we're going to call this one PC3. So this will be our character object. And what we're going to do is basically we're going to convert an object into a map. So I'm going to go ahead and paste this. This is Zelia. Which one is Zelia? Oh, she's my warlock. So anyway, as you can see here, we have Zelia PC3. We're creating an object. We have our opening and closing for our object stuff. Then we actually have attributes, which are their own little object within. We have our dex, which is a mini object with those two values in them. So this is Zelia Idlewind. She's an ASMR warlock. She was level 10 last I played her. Max health 81, current health 75. She has some items, which is a small array. We have her strength, dex, con, all that fun stuff in there. So let's go ahead and convert her into a map now. So we're going to convert an object to a map. All right, so the way we do this is we are going to create our map here. We're going to say const, and this will be PC3. Now we can't just call it PC3 because this is actually PC3. So I'm going to actually add map at the end of that just to help us distinguish it. And we're going to go ahead and do our new space map. And that's the beginning. So because this is an object, we need to say, we need to use some special built-in functions of JavaScript. We're going to call object. And a method off of that is called entries. So it's going to get all the entries of the object. entries. And what is the object we need? We want PC3. And there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and C1S on console.log. And how do I want to phrase this? Let's do obj object, maybe arrow to a map, colon space. I don't know. I think that works. And then we'll output our PC map. Okay, so if we go and run this, let's go and clear that. You'll see that now we have created a map from our object. And you'll see that it's a map, name, Zelia Idlewind, race, class, level, and all that fun stuff. You'll notice under attributes, it's actually saying it's another object. Now, is this a good example of showing you? Yes, actually, this is actually finally a good example to show you that sets do not actually have a set doesn't have an order. So you can see name, race, CLS. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's why. Is this? Wait, maybe this isn't a good one. Let's see. Level, max health is right there. Current health is right there. Items and attributes. So you'll notice in here, if we expand attributes, then we actually have all our little attributes and dex. We even have our values in there. Once again, this isn't a very good example. They are in the right order, darn it. A lot of times, there's no guarantee they're going to be in the right order. And with a map and a set, it really doesn't matter because you actually have a key value association. So it's not important that element 0 is this. All right, so anyway, you can see it basically kind of copied the entire thing. And we've done this one various times. We're going to take our object, since this can be an official capacity of learning this. We're going to convert our map to an array, which we have done lots of times in our different, I think we mostly done it where we were creating our little macros and stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. So convert a map to an array. We will simply go, now we're using the spread operator in my example. All right, so we're going to do const, and I'm wondering why I did it this way. I don't know if this is the most efficient way, but we're gonna do this anyway and just see what it does. All right, so we're gonna do const, and we're gonna do this as PC3ARRAY, and basically what we're going to do is have our array there, and we're gonna unpack using the spread operator. Or is this one the rest? Crap. It's not very good for me not to remember which one's which. Let's see. And the rest would be after. I think this is the spread operator. We're spreading our values out. Now I'm really drawing a blank. So we're going to do PC3 map. So basically that's it. We can do that. And then if we say, let's just copy this guy, Control C and paste it here. And we're going to go double check because I don't want to lie to you guys. So we're going to take a map and push it to an array. So this is going to be our array now. All right, let's go ahead and clear this. We're going to run it. And here you now see that we actually have an array. And the way it actually is doing it is, actually this is a good example because this is showing us kind of like we created our array. Remember, we have our main array with mini arrays within it, or secondary arrays, the second dimension of the array. We have the name and this. So this is preserving our name and our key and values. However, it's also in this case keeping the ID. So in this case, this is array 0 and name is 0, 0, where the actual name would 0, 1. Let's just show you that real quick. I don't think I actually did that in my example. I'm not sure why, but let's go ahead and do that. So if we go console.log, do that, and let's just say, let's say name. And since we're looking here, we can see that it's going to be the PC3 array. And we know that our first element is going to be a 0. So we know that this is 0. And then we want the first element within that, which is the actual name. So that will be 1. And if I did that right, we should get name : Zilia Idlewind. Blah, 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 blah. So if we run that, there you go. So we got Zilia Idlewind. So in our other examples, let's go ahead and close this just for a second. In our other examples that we've done, I guess I got to close this one as well. I wanted to go just double check our REST operator. Our REST is the one that goes in front. So that's the REST operator we were dealing with. The spread operator goes after. Doing the same thing with spread operator. Wait a minute. Dot, 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 attributes. Now let's just go look at the rest again. However, it does the opposite. The rest operator is used to pack elements into an array. Oh, so you can see there's our array right there. That's why. And this is taking the backpack array. Yes. Okay. Wow. Talk about confusing myself. All right. So let's go ahead and go back to our example that we've been doing with maps. And go to the bottom. Let's grab our console log real quick. And just put that right there. Okay, so let's see, iteration over a map. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the next thing. So we know our PC3 here has lots of values. We're just going to mess with our, we could do PC3. Let's do PC3. In my notes, I don't know why I did PC2, but we're going to go ahead and iterate over our map. Now, actually, I do know why I did PC2. We're going to do PC2, just for simplicity's sake. So we're going to say for, actually, whoops, we want to do ITTRATI, iteration over a map. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to use a for loop for this. So we're going to do for, oops, thought I hit enter. So we're going to do for, and we're going to do const, const, and we're going to say key, comma, value. And we're going to say of and PC2. The reason I am doing PC2 instead of 3 is PC2 is just a simple one level. PC3 gets more complex, and we'd actually have multiple fors because we have another object within there or another set, and then even another set inside there. So it wouldn't actually get all that stuff. So just to keep it simple, we're going to go ahead and do this. So we're going to say for PC2, and then we're going to go ahead and do our actual for loop. All we have to do here is say console.log, and we can say, I didn't do dot. Go ahead and do that, and let's do this as a string literal because we're just getting individual keys and values, and we'll do string of that and that, comma, string that and that. So we have those. So this will be our key, and this will be our value. All right, so one thing to note too, we do not have to call this key and value. It's not required. We're just saying that we want to look at PC2, and we want to, for each iteration or each iterable property of it, I guess, we want to assign that to key and value. Kind of like, you know, how we did up here at the very beginning. Where is it? Right here, where we have our key and value. So basically we're doing that. So if we go ahead and run this, if I don't have any typos, we're gonna have to hit 12. Ignore you. Okay, so we run this. Now you'll see that we are getting our key values. We have name, race, class, subclass, background level, HP max, HP, and is caster. Did that actually switch? I thought I had HP. No, that's right. I really want to show you guys how it doesn't matter the order with sets and stuff, but it's never going to give me that opportunity. Excuse me. All right, so that's how we can get iterate over our map. All right, the last thing we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put it in console log, is just like we can with arrays, we can actually access just keys or values or both with our maps. So what we're going to do is we're going to output these individual things. We're at 20 minutes. I'm just going to copy this because, once again, slow typer. And we're going to talk about what it's going to do. So here you can see if we use the entries method, it will give us all entries, the key and value association. If we do .keys, we will only get the keys. If we do .values, we will only get the values. So what this is going to output under entries, it's going to give us the key value association and the entire map. If we do the keys, we're only going to get the keys of said map. And if we do values, .values with the parentheses, we're only going to get the values. So we output this. You can see here that our entries, scroll down real quick, you can see that our entries, this is everything. So here we have our key and value, key value, key value, key value, so on and so forth. If we do our keys only, you'll see we've got just an array here of our individual keys. So we have name, race, class, subclass, background, level, HP max, HP, and is caster. And with the .values, we get just those values. So we have the name is 0, the race is 1. We have rogue, arcane trickster, spy, blah, 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 blah. So there you go. So that is kind of in a nutshell. I mean, you can go further into almost any of these topics that we've gone over and get a lot more in depth. But I think just to kind of get you started and maybe make you interested in advancing your knowledge in these specific topics, I think we've done pretty good. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Wait a minute, why has this got a scroll bar? Wait a minute. Is that because we have the two? That's why it says use strict. But I can't move this. Interesting. Huh. I was wondering what that was, and now I know, but I don't understand why. Yeah, so anyway, sorry. That concludes maps. If you enjoyed and you learned something new, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, subscribe. Click that little notification bell. Follow me on Twitter. Check out my Discord and my other channels. Don't forget to tell other people about my channel. Come check it out. If they like what they see, they can sub. And that's it. My friends, until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.